See this problem number 11 we have discussed till now. Up to the problem number 11 we have discussed. Now problem number 12. HRA calculation problem number 12. Sumant gives the following particular. So okay, first one. Basic as on 1st January of previous year 8,200 per month. So previous year basic is given in the problem. So let us assume 2020, now we are in November. So previous year is 2019-20. For us, previous year is 2019-20. Why? Because this 1st January of previous year means previous year starts from April to March. Previous year starts from April to March financial year. So 2019, 1 for 2019 to 31/3/2020 is our previous year. So now on 1st January of the previous year means on 1/1/2020 his salary is 8,200 per month. Now DA, what about DA? DA is 40% of basic. So 40% of basic DA they have said, but they have not given whether this DA enters the retirement benefit or not. So if nothing is given, what we have to do? If nothing is given, we have to assume that DA is not considered. We should not consider this for HRA calculation. Then the third one if you see house rent allowance at 2,000 per month till December and 2,500 thereafter. So this means what? From April to December he is receiving 2,000. After this January to March he is receiving 2,500. So there are two situations. One is first 9 month and second is next 3 month. Yes. So after this, there is an actual rent paid for the house, that is 2,200 per month. This is also given. Then after that, his annual increment of 200 falls due on 1st August of every year. So annual increment 200 falls due on 1st August of every year means after on 1st August. That means starting from August, his salary is increased. Starting from August previous year, his salary is increased. Our previous year, I have already told 2019-20, 1 for 2019 till 31/3/2020. So if you see, so what we can say here, April, May, June, July, his salary is 8,000 and not 8,200. April, May, June, July, his salary is 8,000. Then from August, his salary is 200 increase. So 8,000 plus 200, that is 8,200 August onwards. That is August, September, October, November, December, January, February, and March. Yes, now this is very clear. So this is with annual increment of 200. Whatever the basic given in the problem, in that annual increment is already included. So this is very clear. You have to calculate taxable HRA. Okay, this type of problem comes for 4 marks. So now let us see this. Unless and otherwise stated in the problem, it must be assumed that DA does not enter the retirement benefit. Hence, salary means only basic. That is what I have told earlier. Here nothing is given. That means we have to take only salary. DA information we have to ignore. Now this is very clear. Now solution part, if you see, first thing we have to calculate is salary. So salary, if you see, there are two cases. One is with the increment and second is without increment. So let us see first one without increment. They say in the question that is salary increased from August. So before August salary was not increased. That is why without increment April to July. Our financial year starts from April. So April to July, how many months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months. So 8,000 into 4 without increment 32,000. Next, with the increment of how much? 200. So now salary from August increased by 200. So 8,000 plus 200, 8,200. How many months? Again, the question comes. Without increment, already we know 4 months. So 12 minus 4, if you do with increment, is for 8 months. That is from August to March. So 8,200 into 8, if we do, we'll get 65,600. This is our salary with increment. Now we want a total salary. Total salary is equal to 32,000 plus 65,600. You will get 97,600 is our total salary. Yes, after knowing the total salary, we can easily calculate HRA, house rent allowance. So let us calculate HRA, computation of taxable HRA, house rent allowance or HRA received. If you see the question for the first 9 months, that is till December, he is receiving the HRA 200 per month. So that is from April to December. So you have to do 2000 into 9 because there is a 9 month. 2000 into 9, if you do, you will get 18,000 plus 2,500 thereafter, that is for 3 months, that is January to March. So that is 2,500 into 3, if you do, you will get 7,500. So total HRA received 2,000 into 9 plus 2,500 into 3, HRA received is 25,500. Now let's exempt under section 10 clause 13A least of the following. So again we have to apply three conditions. First one, actual HRA received. So first actual HRA received a relevant period. Again, SSE stays for entire 1 year. So what happens? We have to take the same whatever we have written in the outer column. 25,500 itself is our actual HRA. Now, second one is rent paid about 10% of salary. So now 2,200 is given in the question. If you see, actual rent paid for the house is 2,200. So 2,200, that is for 1 month. We want for 12 months. 2,200 into 12. If you do, you will get 26,000, 26,400 as rent paid. Then we have to calculate 10% of salary. Salary we know 97,600. On that you take 10%, you will get 9,760. That is our 10% of salary. Next thing we have to do is rent paid minus 10% of salary. That is 26,400 minus 9,760. Second condition answer, that is 16,640. That is the answer for second condition. Now, third condition, again, the city is not mentioned in the problem. Whenever there is city is not mentioned in the problem, we have to take 40% of salary. So 40% of salary we know 97,600. 97,600 into 40%, if you do, you will get 39,040 as the answer for condition number 3. So now among these three, whichever is the least, you have to exempt. Which is minimum among these three? 16,640 is minimum. So 16,640, there is no tax. On this amount, there is no tax at all. But we want a taxable HRA. Taxable HRA, we know that is HRA received 25,500 minus exemptable amount, that is 16,640. Taxable HRA is 8,860. This is how we are going to solve the problem. Yes, any doubt regarding the problem number 12, we have to discuss now. Yes, any doubt regarding this, Hanumanta, Anuj and Suraksha, you can ask now. Any doubt regarding this problem? Problem number 12. Very simple problem for 4 mark. Yes. Any doubt? Suraksha is saying no doubt regarding this one. Any doubt, Anuj? Any doubt, Anumanta? You can ask me now. No doubt? No doubts at all? Yes. So I hope now it is very clear this problem. So now let us discuss one more problem. One more problem we have to discuss. This is now problem number 13. So let us see the problem number 13. See this Sarathi's basic 6300 per month. So here basic we know Sarathi is receiving 6300 as his salary. DA 1800 per month. DA is given specifically, but there is no information whether DA enters the retirement benefit or not. So we have to ignore this DA since there is no information is given. Then why? Because salary means only basic for HRA calculation. HRA 1500 per month. HRA received is also given in the problem. He stayed in the rented house for by paying the rent of 2000 per month till 31st December. That means Sarathi stays till 31st December when he shifted to his residence to his newly built house. That means after 31st December, that is from January 1st, he goes to his own house. He has created or he has built one his own new house. So from January onwards he stays in his house only. So now what is the duration or what is the relevant period in this question? Relevant period in this question only till 31st December. Very clear. Why? Because till 31st December he stays in the rented house. Then after 31st December he stays in his own house. So now we want to know what is our financial year. So again we have to take the example of 2020. So if 2020 is our year, then what is our previous year 2019-20? This year is academic year 2020-21 means previous year is 1920. 1920 means from 1st April to 2019 and ends on 31/3/2020. So you know now how many months he stayed in the rented house? That is for 9 months. April to December is 9 months. So relevant period is very clear is 9 months. So after seeing this we can easily calculate. See this. Note, since the SSD shift to his house, that is his own house, exemptable HRA must be calculated for the period for which he stayed in the rented house, that is from April to December, and January, February, March is not included, that is only 9 months calculation we have to do. So you have to do the format computation of taxable HRA, 3 column we have to do. So now first one HRA received. If we see the problem once again, HRA received is 1500 per month, but here HRA is given to him for 12 months. HRA received is given to him for 12 months, but he stays in the rented house for only 9 months. That means what? He can claim the benefit up to 9 months. So first condition is same. See this first whatever you are going to write here, HRA received, you have to take for 12 months. Why? Because in the problem they have given HRA received that is for per month given. So first we want to what up to what amount he can claim the benefit. See this. HRA received 1500 into 12, 18,000. Write it in the outer column. Less exempt under section 10 clause 13a least of the following. Now we have to apply the three conditions. Whatever the three condition we have discussed till now, that we have to apply. First one, rent received for the relevant period. Now this is very important. In the previous two question what we have discussed, HRA received and actual amount received is same, but here this is different. Why? Because relevant period is changed. In this question now relevant period is changed 9 months. That is why rent received for or HRA received. This is not rent received. This is HRA received for the relevant period. There is a correction in the first one. See this HRA received. There is mistake typing error. You have to correct this one in your notes. HRA received for the relevant period 1500 into 9. Yes. So answer is 13,500. So this is our first condition. Second one. Second one is rent paid above 10% of basic for the relevant period. That is nothing but rent paid minus 10% of salary. Again, rent paid and 10% of the salary. Again, we have to calculate on the basis of relevant period only. Because if you see the condition for the second condition also they have said the relevant period. That is why here relevant period is 9 months. So we have to restrict our calculation for 9 months. 2000 is a rent paid. How 2000 is a rent paid? Once you see this, he stayed in the rented house by paying the rent 2000 per month. So 2000 is our rent paid. So 2000 into 9, 18,000. Then we got the rent paid answer now. Now we want salary. Salary how to calculate? 6300 is a basic. Now again we have to calculate for 9 months. 6300 into 9. So this is 56,700. 56,700 is the salary, but we want 10% salary. 56,700 into 10%, answer is 5,670. Yes. Now we want second condition answer, that is rent paid minus 10% of salary, that is 18,000 minus 5,670, that is 12,330. This is the answer for the second condition. Now, third condition, if you see, that is about city. Again, in this question, city is not mentioned. That is nothing but where the SSE lives or where SSE's house is situated. That is not given in the question. In that case, we have to take 40% of salary. Suppose, let us assume if SSE lives in Mangalore. Mangalore also we have to take 40% of the salary only. Why not 50%? 50% is restricted only for four cities: Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, and all other city 40%. So here 40% of the salary you have to take. 40% of salary for the relevant period, that is 6,300 into 9. Just now we have calculated our salary for 9 months. 56,700 on 56,700 take 40%. You will get third condition answer. Third condition answer is 22,680. Yes. Now we got three answers. Among these three, whichever is minimum, whichever is least is exempt. Which is least? Condition number 2. 12,330 is least. So on this 12,330, there is no tax. Tax is not charged. Exempt from tax. This is tax free. We want a taxable HRA, that is HRA received 18,000 minus exemptable amount. So taxable HRA is 5,670. This is our final answer. Taxable HRA. Yes, this is how we are going.